how should you go through the entire part C, because that's in itself is a task, right? Because scanning 25 questions out of the 75 question is the biggest task of all time in this examination, in this entire CSIR net examination. How should you do that? See, how I did was, I took up, like, we all get that rough sheet, right? Everyone gets a rough sheet in our main examination before the examination begins, right? So use that rough sheet with the best of your ability. What you have to do, see, you might think that it's a very, very tedious process and it will take half an hour or something. No, if you practice out this thing, it won't take more than in 7 to 8 minutes with practice. So what you have to do, you have your rough sheet with yourself, and this is a tried and tested formula. Okay, it's not something I'm making up. I have used this in my preparation, in my main examination. What I did, I wrote down before the examination getting started, I wrote down that the number of questions, let's say from 1 to 75 questions are there. So just quickly write down the numbering 1 to 75. On the second column, down the unit, and on the third column write down the type. Not to, on the third column write down the type of the question. You need not to, like, what do you say, decorate it or glorify it anyway, not required. What you have to do, just write down, like if I enlarge it this way, this is your sheet, just write down the number here. You have the unit, and over here, wait a second. Yeah, so enlarging this, over here you have your number, over here you have the unit, and over here you have the type, right? What you have to do, you have to use your speed to just paraphrase each of the question. Take up your left hand with on the cursor, and when you look into the computer screen, over here you have next, right? In your main examination, next. So just keep on tapping on the next, just paraphrase the question. Okay, first question is, because you all have prepared to that extent that you know from which unit the question would be. If it is enzyme, unit 1. If it is signaling, it is unit 4. So just write down the name, the number of the unit, that is unit 1, unit 6, unit 5, 4, 3, whatever question that you're getting, keep on writing that. In addition, write down that, okay, first question is from unit number 1 and it is match the following. Second question is unit number 6 and it is statement wise, then it is experimental, so on and so forth. Keep on writing down every question and their type, and within 7 to 8 minutes, this technique will not take more than 8 minutes. I'm telling you, maximum 8 minutes is the limit. Now this depends how much you practice out. I practice for at least 10 days for this particular thing. Okay, I practice out making this particular list for 10 to 15 times before the main examination, and I was able to make this list within 7 to 8 minutes. Now what is the utilization of this particular sheet? See, if you go point wise, one question at a time, and you're not reading the other questions, then by the end of 80 minutes, you'll be only able to scan through those many questions itself. But if you use initial 7 to 8 minutes to scan your 75 questions, after the 8th minute, what you'll be having in hand, you'll be having in hand an entire, you can call it a cheat sheet in front of you, right? Why am I calling it a cheat sheet? Because now you need not to sit and think that, okay, when the match the following question will be coming, I'll be solving it. And you know, match the following are the most scoring type of question. So what you have to do, just go to or tap on question number 34. Let's say question 34 is match the following. Go, just tap on the screen at question 34, solve match the following, move ahead. Then, okay, question number 37 is from unit number 6. This is my most scoring unit, most scoring part from my end, because that's the most strong part of me. So I'll be going and solving my plant physiology question, then I'll be going ahead and solving all the match the following in the first go. So the thing that you'll be doing in 80 minutes with scanning and everything, and then solving out all the type of questions, you have done that in 8 minutes, right? That is, within 8 minutes you know that there are 11 match the following. Now save your time, start with solving out all the match the following in the first initial 10 minutes itself, then go with all the most scoring units according to your own like preferences, because every person, every student have a different scoring segment. They all know that what their strong points are, what their weak points are, so work on them accordingly, right? So if you do it in this way, take it in writing from me, you will not be finding a problem in managing your part C at any cost, because you already know that these type of questions have been asked, and I have to, okay, solve out the ecology question because they are simple. I have to solve my evolution questions, they are simple. Plant physiology is my scoring part, I'll solve them. Cell signaling is my scoring part, I'll solve them. By the time you do these things, you will be reaching to your level of 23 to 25 questions would have been completed. So use this smart strategy, and I'm telling you, you will not find a problem in completing your part C in 80 minutes. You might get it completed even before 80 minutes, right? But still keep 80 minutes the limit for yourself, and then proceed further with part B. In part B, you need not to make such a sheet because not required. You can directly read the question and move forward. It is not a lengthy part, right? Then part A, again not required. This sheet should be made only and only for part C and not for any other part, not required, only for part C. Practice out solving such a thing or making such a thing before your main examination itself. Make yourself comfortable with the mouse, because in your main examination you have to work with mouse, you're not given a touchpad, we're not allowed to work with touchpads, right? We have to use mouse for the same. So give yourself the habit of using touchpad, using mouse before the examination, if it is like possible on your end and if you are able to arrange that. If not, absolutely fine, but just an additional thing for yourself, just an additional preparation tip for yourself, you can do it, right? So this is the best and a tried and tested and a foolproof strategy for part C. Make this list, get all the questions scanned through your eyes in the initial 7 to 8 minutes, and then keep on solving the questions. After 8 minutes, do not even wait for a second, open up your list. Do not take up and just sit with the list that okay, I've made the list. No, this is just a cheat sheet for you. Go to all the match the following questions, solve them then and there. Within 10 minutes you'll be able to get done with all the match the following. Then go for your scoring parts, go for all the parts which you think that okay, plant physiology scoring, then ecology, evolution, these are scoring. Then you have mole bio if your facts are stronger. So work in the similar pattern. In addition to that, what you can do, you have to like make sure that you're not wasting more than 3 minutes in a question. If you see that okay, this is a plant physiology question, I am not able to solve it in 3 minutes, so what I'll do, I'll be marking it then and there, and in my last 30 minutes buffer time I'll be going through that question if I'm able to solve it or not. Okay, and do not be a, what do you say, adamant person that okay, I have learned plant physiology on a whole, so I should be able to solve it no matter it's taking half an hour more for me. No, don't do it that way, because in last to last attempt, one of the student wasted 30 minutes in one question of part A, knowing, or just because of the fact that ma'am, I knew the concept, but I challenged myself that I'll be doing it no matter what. Not required. Please don't do such foolish thing in the examination. If you're not able to solve it, leave it then and there. Take that question as a challenge after 180 minutes. Okay, because your 7 months, 8 months, or a year preparation is at stake in those 180 minutes. So don't do anything foolish like this. Limit down your timings, which I have just told you. 2 to 3 minutes maximum for parts, 3.5 minutes maximum for part C. Part A, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes maximum. Part B, 2 minutes max, nothing else. If you're not able to solve, leave it then and there. And 2 minutes are 120, like it's 120 seconds, and if you have prepared the concept properly, you will be able to solve it. Okay, and if you're not able to, leave it. You have rest of the paper in front of you. Do not get stressed about it. In part C, you might feel like that, okay, I'm not able to solve initial 4 question, my paper is destroyed. No, if you're not able to solve 4 question, reach or go to the fifth question, go to the sixth question. You have 75 in total. CSIR plays with your mind, because obviously examiner has to check your pressure also, right? They have to check your exam pressure also, whether you are able to handle down the examination hall pressure or not. So they'll be themselves giving very hard question initially. So do not be in that loop that I'm not able to solve. Even if you're not able to solve initial 10 question, doesn't matter, go to the 11th one, that would be easier. So do not get in that loop of hard question and just leaving it then and there. No, be confident, be like adamant enough that okay, 10 questions I'm not able to do, I'll be able to do the 11th one. And if you have prepared properly, no one can stop you from completing your paper in time with a proper strategy. And obviously you all are revising regularly, day to day. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind. This is about the part C, how you have to target out what should you be doing, what should you be not doing. Everything is important, right?